Hello everyone, I'm Beastly Eel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the Season 5 premiere of Harley Quinn. So we start off with apparently Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy just pretty much lounging around for the last year or so. Apparently they've been, or actually has it been longer? I think it's been a few years. So they've been kind of just lounging around Gotham that is basically falling apart. So we find out what happened to the Gotham Sirens, because apparently Oracle, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn had broken up. Apparently they were going to stop the Enchantress in the sewers because she was supposedly polluting the waters with her rotting corpses. So they decided to go in there to stop her, and it turns out Catwoman had tricked them for like the third or 30th time, let's be honest, for them to steal a gem that was worth a lot of money so she could use it. So they try to fight the Enchantress, they get their butts kicked, they decide that they're going to break up because clearly they're not working well together. There's a lot of jokes that there's only 3 of them because obviously Oracle is the brains behind the operation and has the eyes behind everything. However, they only keep mentioning that there's 3 of them, and it really pisses off Barbara to no end. So they decide to split up after that. Catwoman steals the amulet away from the Enchantress. Enchantress goes after Catwoman, and then Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy escape. And then we see them where they are now, basically just getting breakfast, walking in sweatsuits, and then they see Riddler and Clockman, who are basically like, "Oh, look at you guys wearing matching sweatsuits. Isn't that cute? You know, we really want you to get like involved in stuff and everything because we'd hate for your relationship to collapse because you're not, finding that spark anymore." And Harley Quinn takes that to heart completely because she's like, no, we're fine. We do everything together. Like we do all this stuff together. And then Riddler's like, oh, how come you guys didn't come to my birthday? And Clockman's like, it's because I didn't invite them. Because let's be honest, they don't go out to anything anymore, so they're not going to get invited to things. And so that's when they leave. They split off, and Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy come up with a plan for the night, and that they're going to eat their dinner in bed. And Harley Quinn and Ivy are super happy about it, but then they see on Tammy, they see Lois Lane, who's talking about the grand opening of the Superman Museum and how, only it's going to be for the Metropolis elite and only them. So that, of course, ticks off Harley Quinn because she's like, no, we should definitely be there. We need to be there. Like, we're going to go to Metropolis. Poison Ivy's against it at first, mostly due to the fact that she's kind of like not quite sure what's going on and also would rather just stay in bed and enjoy the day and night with Harley Quinn. So anyway, they get dressed up to the nines to go to the grand opening of the Superman Museum. Everyone's watching them. Obviously, there's photos and everything else. They're both excited to be out and about. And then they go inside. They meet with. They see Bruce Wayne, who apparently is trying to leave Gotham and make Wayne Tower, or make another Wayne Tower inside of Metropolis because obviously Gotham City is not doing all that hot. So during all of this, they decide they eventually get found out that they're not part of the Metropolis elite. So these robots who look very similar to Brainiac robots come in and no, sorry, it's even before that they get kicked out. Well, actually, no, they kick them out. They kick them out and they like get thrown a bed and they love it. We also find out that Bruce Wayne is dating Lex Luthor's sister, which is a whole other thing. So anyway, they then sneak back into the museum, dressed up as acrobatics. And so they're like, oh, we gotta steal this monumental thing that Superman is supposedly, it's the greatest thing ever to happen to Superman. So they decide to be the silk drapes dancers, which they don't do that great of a job. They start swinging around. They jump up to the top to get to the box on top. They notice Superman on top of the museum, kind of depressed and eating donuts. However, they then get attacked by the Brainiac droids, but they're called security droids. And so Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy begin to fight the robots. They're able to defeat them, and to the point where they land and everyone cheers for them. And Lex Luthor's sister takes the box and is like, "Okay, we're now going to see the new what his Superman's greatest treasure." And it turned out to be his first ever cape, which was draped over him like a blanket when he was first came to Earth. Then Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy get kicked out again. They then get a phone call from, while they're at the hotel, they get a phone call from Lex's sister, who invites them to dinner. Is it dinner or breakfast? I forget. But invites them to a meal, and they talk about, just life in general. And, Lex's sister is like, everyone thinks because I'm a Luthor that I just want, to make more money and not care about the world and just world domination. She goes, that's not me. I want to make sure that we make Metropolis the greatest place it could possibly be. And so she talks about greenery and everything else, and that's when Poison Ivy creates a massive foliage, I guess the best way to phrase it, around the building. And she's like, "This is why this is why I want you guys to be here, because you two are unpredictable and you're incredible." So they then split off because Superman looks depressed again. So she goes over to talk. Harley Quinn goes over to talk to Superman, while Poison Ivy continues to talk to Luthor's sister. So Superman apparently is not the hero we all think he is. What I mean by that is he has not been able to do much as a hero because the security droids have been stopping crime completely. And of course, Harley Quinn's like, "Well, they didn't stop me," and he goes, "Well, they did because the box was still in the museum. They knew the only way to stop you is to let you win, and that way you would let the box stay there." Oh, she was kind of confused by that. And she basically, tells him like, "Hey," and showing more of her, Harleen Quinzel side, where she's like, "It sounds like to me that you're trying to figure out who Superman is without the power, like without being the hero." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I am." He goes, "You know what? I'm gonna go off world like you told me to, and do stuff that I need to get done." He goes, "You know what? And I'm also gonna take the reporter Clark Kent with me because it'd be best that the two of us go together." And so Harley Quinn goes back to the hotel room. They begin to make jokes about Superman and how he's cheating on Lois Lane with Clark Kent. Now that's hilarious because we know it's the same person. However, obviously nobody else does. So that being said, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy decide that they're going to stay in Metropolis. They're going to stay in Metropolis, and apparently Harley Quinn had bought a condo in there, and it had the worst interest rate possible. And Poison Ivy's like, "Let me guess, Bruce Wayne." Yep. She goes, "Absolutely." And so they go, "Never mind." Poison Ivy's like, "Don't worry, we'll be fine. Like, I'll gladly have this happen because I love Metropolis this much." So they decide to stay, and so the episode ends with the security droids destroying all of the plants around that Poison Ivy made. And we cut to Brainiac, who sees that Metropolis is at 99% perfection after the plants were destroyed. Except they find Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy there, and perfection drops down to an 86. And Brainiac basically states, like, they need to be removed. And that's how the episode ends. So, we know that Brainiac has taken over Metropolis in a very bizarre way. He wants the Metropolis City to be perfection. So we have that going on. We have Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy no longer part of the Sirens, which kind of makes sense. It probably wouldn't have worked as well. But it was a nice way, a nod to be like, "Hey, we're not doing this. We're going to go with something else." And honestly, Metropolis seems to be the perfect place for them to start anew, because Gotham has gone through so many issues. So we now have the two of them in Metropolis, and Superman's gone, and now Brainiac is going to be coming in. So I cannot wait to see what happens next. We know there's going to be some scenes where Brainiac comes down, and Joker's also shows up into Metropolis, so I'll be very curious to see how that goes. But overall, this was a really good start for season 5, in my opinion. This was exactly what I was expecting it to be, in the sense of like giving us the new world, what's kind of going on, and it's not so focused on just their relationship anymore. It's focused on it's focused on the entirety of the world. Although their relationship is there and does take a point to it, it's not the main focus of the story, which I think is actually pretty cool, in my opinion. Granted, you could argue that the whole point of them doing everything they did was for their relationship. However, everything kind of fell into place where it was like it didn't feel like it was part of their for their relationship. But either way, let me know what you guys thought about this season premiere of Harley Quinn. And, did you like it, did you not, and why? And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.